Hello, 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 it's Eric, and for a change of pace today, we're going to play a random skirmish battle in Medieval 2 Total War. This is the Brittania expansion that I'm playing. And like I said, I'm just going to do a quick battle and let it randomly generate all of the armies. Let's see where that puts me. Got kind of a little morbid quote here about, oh man, sounds like that was probably referencing not Mel Gibson, the actual Braveheart guy. Man, I wish I knew his name. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to be playing the English.
Through God's grace and the intercession of St. George, we have been brought to this place. Brought here to fight for his glory.
Let's listen to this guy's sweet speech.
Our enemies must quail before our righteous might. We would do well to pray, because the shedding of blood is an offense, but it is one that we willingly do, for by it we establish God's peace. I see our enemy hope to blow us into the next world with their foul cannons.
Okay, sounds like I'm fighting some artillery.
And visit hellfire upon them. And so make your peace with God.
No hint about who I'm going to fight, though.
And set your heart on what is to come. Go with God, men. Raise our banners!
But, kind of knowing that there might be some artillery in the other army, I probably will deploy a little bit looser than I otherwise might. What have we got here? Oh, good. It's always nice when I look and I see that I have 3 units of peasants. That always makes me smile. We do have 2 cannons. Let's bring those up. Got a couple sergeants. 1 unit of heavy infantry. That's not promising. Got some billmen, I guess. Which these billmen are kind of like pretty heavily armored spear guys. Nothing like my knights, though. I wish I had more of those. These sergeants are hardy, but they don't have kind of the same level of armor, obviously, as these guys. I've got 2 units of the billmen, so that's good. But these peasants are really going to hamper me. That is guaranteed. Put them out here so I can figure out where to put them. These guys are like early riflemen, so they're not terribly effective for causing damage, but they do kind of scare the enemy forces. Got a couple bows. I've got some pretty heavy-duty knights here. Those are always useful to have. And I've got a general. I've got 2 generals' bodyguards, so I've got a pretty heavy cavalry contingent. Looking at the terrain here, I would say this is an ideal place if I could get to the top, but I bet they're going to try to deploy there. I'm definitely at the low ground here. I got a bit of a disadvantage there. I'm going to start by deploying some artillery here. This seems like the location I can put them where they'll be able to get sight of the enemy quickest, be able to start firing. They've got some exploding shot that I can use. I'm going to put my peasants right up front for a meat shield. And for now, I'll put my rifles behind my artillery until I can assess what the other team is doing, get an idea where they might be most useful. And we'll put the general's bodyguard and my knights all on this flank. I can reposition them quickly if I have to. Other than that, like I said, I don't want to group my forces too quickly or too closely together because I know that there might be some artillery firing at me right away, especially since I'm downhill. So I'll kind of spread out and I'll just adapt this formation into a formation like a real one as soon as I see what I'm up against here. So I think that's about all I can do to set up right now. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Right away grab my artillery and start firing. I'm going to try to fire it right back at their artillery. Hope I can disable it. They're already positioning to take me on. So this is kind of rough. I'm going to run those guys up there. Start my cavalry in a flanking maneuver. Hang on. That's already maybe a mistake. Those are peasants. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna get my heavier infantry moving over there. And I will get some of this infantry up there. Oh boy, oh boy. Looks like I am facing off against some of these pretty hefty guys. But I think if I meat shield with these peasants, I can set the rest of my troops up in a decent position. Is my plan. So let's get those peasants in there. I'm going to just swing my whole cavalry into what appears to be their general coming at me. Meanwhile, I'll run my heavier infantry into position. Get my billmen here to counter their cavalry. My peasants are starting to fall pretty quick. Pull those cannons back. Engage these billmen into their cavalry there. How's this fight going? I'm definitely beating up this general's cav, but I don't know. They seem to be trying to flank me from here and there. Let's bring those guys into counter. And let's hit these guys and create a new front. Oh, that peasant unit just broke. Okay. Detach some of my cavalry and try to hit them in the back there. And bring my heavy infantry around to try to get the high ground here on this hill. Gonna turn off their skirmish power and their flaming ammo. This isn't going too well. I should have sent more troops to defend my artillery. But nothing I can do about it now. Get these billmen defending best they can. And my knights are taking some heavy casualties. What are we fighting here? General's bodyguard. That would be why. Oh boy. Okay. Bring them in. Them in and send them to take out the opponent's cavalry. Okay, now I'm stuck in against spears and that's no good. Get them out of here. I'm going to try to head off this bodyguard with my superior cavalry force. Let's do a charge here and then get out. Those are some pretty tough spears that I'm fighting. I don't want to stay in there too long. Looks like my knights did scare off their cavalry. I might be able to fight some of these troops with them. These are missile units. But I am being routed pretty substantially on my right flank. Sargents are holding steady. Maybe I can turn the tide over here and keep them alive if I put some overwhelming force into the backs of these guys. I'm losing a lot of cavalry there. Don't like that at all. Oh, but it worked. Now let's see if I can carry this route straight through their line. Free up my spears to counter their cavalry that they've got sitting there on that hill.
Our foolish general has thrown his life away.
That's no good. That's no good. I saw a lot of kills though going on. Okay. Reform my sergeants. I think my only hope here might actually be to carry this route through. But more heavy infantry. Oh, this is going to be messy for me. Yeah, I don't think I had the momentum to carry this through. My knights are retreating. All I've got left is this cavalry. and my sergeants. I can pull them up more in this direction. But no. Ah, still have some of these guys formed up. Let's see, quick, turn around, engage. If they're gonna stop fleeing for at least a moment, I can try to do some damage, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. It's too little too late. Try to get in here.
For defeat seems almost certain.
Do you think I could still? These guys are shaken, so I could probably route them through. And if I can set up a line here with my remaining sergeants, maybe I can get a defense going. Actually, not too far off. If any of my units can hold their ground and stop routing. So when my cavalry's come back, I'll bring them to engage these guys and see if I can bring them closer back to where the combat's happening. Gotta get these guys out from fighting the spears though, that's no good, and some of my sergeants are fleeing. Alright, actually, I'll send these 3 guys to finish up. No, that's not gonna work, because that is too big of a unit. Oh boy, I'm just so disorganized. There's not much I can do here. My units are getting tired. Bring them back. Just try to do anything I can to set up a line. And here's some bodyguard units that are free. If these guys are going to run, I'm going to try to chase them down and see if I can just put any kind of casualties into them. My other hope is that I may be able to get these sergeants back. What's going on here? That's not good. Oh, gonna countercharge. I looked over here just in time. Spectacular. Alright, we may almost have an even fight here. Although, nope. Seems like they did in my my billman there. My archers are too far to give any kind of support. No, this is not going to end well for me. I can't believe I still have some peasants on the field. But I just don't have any kind of cohesive unit that can fight off what I'm faced with here. I have too many intact units. Let me get these guys into... Oh. There we go. Cause some of these guys to flee. What have we got left here? Got some archers who are not going to stand up to any kind of attack. I'll tentatively target them over there. I think those guys are done. Maybe if I bring these guys up to kind of terrorize these couple units as they run past, I can keep them from regrouping. I'll give them a break. But my longbows, well, they have to... Holy cow, alright. I guess we're 50-50 at this point. My longbows are quite a ways off. I'd like to get them back into the fight. Take this kind of window to try to get in here. Put my general's bodyguard in loose.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
See if I can get these guys before they get a shot off on me, because that could be devastating to their morale. Oh, that's not good. Okay, but they didn't get scared off at least, but you know, those 2 casualties really hurt. These guys are being invaluable. Just keeping someone on these units to keep them from turning around and rejoining the fight is critical. And, alright, gotta put a volley into these guys before they can hit me. Hit him, hit him.
Fire at will.
Nope, it's too late for that. Oh. Wow, I am taking pretty quick casualties there. Guess I've got my cavalry here. My sergeants have come back. I think I may have a shot here. Some initial disorganization on my part kind of shows that I haven't played in a while, but I might have a chance. Oh, this is bad. I might have to let those archers go. If it means choosing between them or my last infantry. Kind of get them to try to stand and face here. Oh, no, they've got nothing left. This is a broken force. They might break before they even get to charge too, with these arrows coming at them. But regardless, I'll be able to run those guys down. They're tired. Don't know if I should try to charge them or not. That might scare them away.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
I'm gonna go for a charge since I have the hill. Slight hill. Get my cavalry back here in case they make the difference. My archers are coming up from behind to hit them. Cavalry around to where I can maybe flank if it comes down to it, especially because my infantry is starting to waver. Yeah, let's get a charge going in here. This should do it. This should win the battle.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
I gotta get my archers to stop firing at my own troops. There we go. That was a near run thing. I definitely should have put more troops to defend my infantry, although, or not my infantry, my cannons. I didn't get to make any use of them. But I will say,
our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Having that cavalry on my left flank so that I could spin up the hill and get the high ground behind them was probably what did it for me. I don't think if I had my entire army in one block, I would have been able to hold them off, because they would have been able to focus straight downhill on me. So I think splitting their attention, even though it wasn't my actual strategy, does seem to have worked. And I think we'll just zizz through the rest of this because we have won the battle, but at a terrible, terrible cost. 90% of my army. That is a close defeat.
But a cruel twist of fate that snatched victory from our grasp.
I think that's a bug, because I pretty clearly just won that battle. I did get less kills though, that's for sure. But we're going to ignore what this says, given that I'm still on the field. They are not. That was a very near run thing.